Welcome students for online classes. Today we'll continue with the chapter 8, that is secondary sector, which is also known as industrial sector and the manufacturing sector. Okay, in this video we'll study about the measures to protect ecosystem and the abatement of air pollution. And the first topic is measures to protect ecosystem. And in the earlier video we studied about the impacts or the effects of the ecosystem. Today we'll study about the protection which can be made with the help of ecosystem. First one is the introduction of eco-friendly technologies. Now what does eco-friendly means? It means to the being helpful, being protective or saving the economy or the environment, that is known as eco-friendly technologies, and the technologies which can be used to help the economy. Where first one is adopting the indigenous practices. Now what does this word indigenous practice means? It means the usage of the olden traditions or the usage of the olden things which are older generation or the earlier people used to use. First when it comes to the irrigation process in the sense the watering of the plants. So what currently what are we doing? We are using tube wells, we are using wells. With the help of that, what are we doing? We are irrigating the cultivation process. So earlier what the people used to do, earlier the people used to construct the ponds and they used to save the rainwater for this particular harvesting. So even in the current era we can do such. So because of doing all these necessary things, our economy can be protected. And second one is the usage of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. What happens with the usage of chemical fertilizers and pesticides? We can get good productivity or good production, but in spite of that, what is happening, because of this particular usage, because of the consumption, the human or the living being are getting poisoned. So which is one of the major thing. So reduction in the usage of chemical fertilizers. In spite of that, what can we use? In spite of that, we can either use as the older people used to use, maybe the cow dung or the green manure. With the usage of this, what happens, there will be a good fertility to the land as it is organic, and even it is very much eco-friendly, so that the economical system can be adjusted to that. And next one is even the encouraging the biofertilizers. What happens to reduce the pests? The cultivated people or the farmers will put so much pesticide, so that which is very much harmful for the human beings to consume. So because of this, even the biofertilizers can be adopted. And the last one is to prevent the pollution. What happens, as it is very much polluted, our economy is very much polluted, so we need to adopt new technologies which helps the ecosystem. For example, the renewable energy, where because of the usage of sunlight and because of the usage of wind and even the usage flow of water, what we can convert that particular energy into electricity. By this, what happened, even the electricity bill will reduce, and even the usage of the new electricity can be adopted. By this, what happens, our economy can be protected and our economy can be saved for a larger generation and even for a greater period of time. And the second one is the disposal of wastes. So first, what does disposal mean? Disposal means the different treatments which are given for the waste. So what happens, there are n number of waste. What do we do while disposing the waste? We will not segregate them like the kitchen waste, the fruit peels, all those things with the plastic. So we put together and dump it in any one of the place, or municipality people will come and pick all those things. But what do? They put the fire for that particular thing and they will leave it, so it comes to the air pollution. So because of all these necessary things, the disposal of waste can be made. There are several methods. In that, one of the method is segregation of waste. So the first method is segregation of waste. What does segregation means? The dividing or taking into different things. Waste segregation is a process of dividing the waste with different categories into biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. So what does biodegradable waste means? These are kind of waste which are maybe the kitchen waste, the vegetable, the fruit peels, etc., which can be converted into manure. How? With the help, when you put the all these wastes into a pit, after some period of time it will be rotten. After the rotten process, what happens, it will be turned into manure, which will be very much helpful for the cultivation process. And even with the help of non biodegradable products, what can we do with and first of all, what are non biodegradable waste? Maybe the plastic bottles, plastic papers, packing materials, broken glass, all these things which cannot be rotten, or all these things can be recycled. With the helpage of recycling things, what happens, the waste can be converted and which can be used further. And there are even another waste which are hazardous waste, which are toxic in nature. Toxic in the sense, the hospital waste, the chemical waste, maybe the medicines, the paints, the bulbs, all these things which are not easily converted into any kind of thing. Any kind of thing in the sense, any usable thing. Here what happened in biodegradable waste, we used to put it into a pit and we used to convert it into a manure. But and for non biodegradable, what happened, we used to recycle and we used to use it in another way. But what happened for this hazardous waste, we cannot convert it into another. In spite of that, we can use this non hazardous waste into the recycling thing, which will be given a greater preference. Okay, by this what happens, the processing and the recycling of these waste needs very much very much protection. Because what happens when you use medicines, if the medicine is expired, you cannot consume, so you throw around. So what happens, if the animals eat, even the animals will fall sick. So it is very much necessary to keep it in a place and give it to the medical people, so that they recycle the medicines, and either they throw it or they keep it or recycle with the utmost care. Okay, this is one of the segregation of waste which can be done, which is very much necessary for in our economy to do it. And the next one is the waste management. How we manage, how with the help of waste management, what all necessary things can be made. First one, we can help in checking the environmental pollution. See, as we segregated the things, what happened, we will not burn the plastics, will not burn the plastic material. In spite of that, what we recycle things. By this what happens, the pollution will also decrease. And even it helps in conserving natural resources. Natural resources in the sense, what happens when we put good manure in the sense, the organic manure to the land, what happens, there will be organic farming. The organic farming will increase. By this what happens, it will be very much helpful for the economy. And next is, it prevents the spreading of infections. As told earlier, what happens, if you throw all the medications or your expired tablets or expired medicines, it will be very harmful for the for all the animals or maybe any birds. By this what happens, it will be a infection thing for us, which we cannot take into consideration, where the people, the human beings, will not be known what kind of things are getting through. So all these necessary things can be made with the help of waste management. And the next thing on the disposal of waste, first one was segregation, second one is dumping. Now what do after doing all the necessary things, in a sense, you throw your kitchen waste, you throw plastic, what do, you dump it in any one place or you give it to municipal people. So what do, by keeping into consideration everything, they dump into one place, that is known as landfilling, where first they segregate the things, they segregate the plastic with all the non-material, that is biodegradable wastes, and after that what do, they landfill this particular waste. The landfilling is a method of disposing the refuse on land, which creates hazards to public health and safety by using the principles of engineering. As you see in the photo, what happens, the people or the municipal people or whoever is in charge to all the waste management, what do? They collect the waste from the homes, they segregate it to another, and what do? They dump either into the water or either they dump it to the land. By this what happens, after some days it will be very much helpful for you in the sense for the cultivators to use it as a manure, and even it will increase the groundwater monitoring system, so which is very much helpful for us, which will be useful for the agricultural products, which will be helpful for the farmers. So dumping is told as the final stage of disposal sequence, as after disposal, that is the only thing where land filling is made. And the next thing is composting. Now, what does compost mean? It is a natural process in which biodegradable materials are decomposed by microbes. Okay, and is converted into manure. So what happens here? The as told earlier, under biodegradable, we used to convert it into we used to convert it into manure. So how did the manure get converted? With the help of this microbes. Now what does the word microbe mean? A bacteria which causes fermentation. Fermentation in the sense which converts a bacteria kind of thing, which converts the wasteful thing into the manure. So composting is one of the very much helpful thing for the farmers or the cultivators, where it is not necessary for the farmers to go to shop and purchase for the manure. In spite of that, what can they do? They can use all these biodegradable products as manure. There are two kinds of composting. First is aerobic composting and second one is anaerobic composting, where aerobic composting is used with the help of these microbes. So what does they do? With the help of microbes, the products or the wastes are fermented into the manure. And what happens to anaerobic composting? It is the chemical energy forcibly put by a human. For example, if I have a waste in my hand which is not biodegradable, say for example non-biodegradable things, by this what happens, I put into force so that I recycle thing into another. So where you do all these recycling thing, all these recycling thing can be done only in where? Only in industries. So at that particular point of time, what happens, majorly the chemical gas will go out of the industries, which will be affected for the greenhouse effect. So this is also one of the negative thing which comes for the economical system. And there are not only disadvantages, there are even the advantages of composting, where first it will, the wastes can be converted into manure. And even what happened, when we convert all these things, even the land filling places can be reduced. So by this what happened, it will be very much helpful for the people who are in charge of waste management, for reducing the land filling process. And even what happened, there will be reduction in the quantity of waste. Why? Because we are converting, we are composting, or we are fermenting the biodegradable waste into one usable thing. And even what happened, when we have manure, there is no usage of fertilizers, so even the reduction of the fertilizers can be also used. So this is about the composting. And next one is drainage system. Drainage system plays a very important role in the overall year. How does it helps? First, what does drainage mean? The removal or surface of the subsurface water, which is water from a given area by natural or artificial means. First, let's see what does it mean, and later on we'll go to what kind of means are there. First, with the help of drainage, what happens, the waste effluents can be passed on with the help of drainage. And even the second thing, what is the main thing happens, during the floods or during the rainy season, what happens, even the drainage helps the water to flow safely from one place to another. Because of the drainage, what happens, there will be no increase in the floods in the particular area. Because of this, what happens, the water can flow from one place to another easily. And even what happens when the water flows from, when the water is still, water is still in the sense constant, when the water is not flowing from one place to another, what happens there, the sanitation, the hygiene will be very high, sorry, will be very low. At that particular point of time, what happens when the these kind of drainage system is used, these kind of all the necessary items are used, what happens is there will be a maintenance of clean and hygiene in the environment, where the waste things can be flowed from one place to another with the help of water, with drainage. And even what happens, even the collection of wastewater for the proper treatment. Now the proper treatment, I'll tell you in the next point what kind of treatment we do with the water. But even the wastewater can be collected and recycled to the new water, which can be used for the irrigation purpose, which can be used in the industry. So this is the drainage. Now let's see what are the means of drainage. There are two means of drainage. First is water waste drainage and second is storm waste water drainage. So first, under water waste drainage, what happens is that this drainage is basically or specifically to the water or the waste going through the toilets, bathrooms, washrooms, or any kind of house related things. So what happens when there is a sewage dump, also at that particular point of time, what happens, all the necessary pipes, all the necessary carry the wastewater, the necessary effluents is put. So this is known as water waste drainage, where it is basically used or connected, where all the pipes of the house is necessary things are connected to the pipes, and the drainage is the main dump where all the necessary bad effluents or the waste things are dumped into the drainage. And second one is the storm water drainage, where it consists of the underground pipelines, where during the flood the rainwater can be transported, the rainwater can be moved from one place to another, where it will be directly connected to the rivers or lakes or any nearby places, nearby water places connected. And even what happens, even the industries or even the roadside things on roadside drainages can be connected to the rivers or lakes, which will be helpful under the storm water drainage. Okay, first what happened under water waste drainage, the unwanted things under the house that would be converted or that would be transported from the house, where the usage of pipelines to the drainage. And under storm, what happened, storm water drainage, all the effluents from maybe the water, that is the rain, or maybe all the necessary things of the drainage used to go and connect to the rivers or the lakes. So this is the drainage, where drainage plays a very important role in the economy, where all the bad effluents or where all the waste effluents will be gone or will be transported from one place to another. And the thing, the treatment of effluents, how the water used to treat, how the sludge. So what does this sludge mean? Sludge is the solid content of mud which cannot be transported, where it will be sticked into one particular place. So because of this, what happens, it will be very difficult for water to flow from one place to another. So this is a kind of treatment where the water can be recycled, where the waste water can be recycled into the good water or the usable water. Okay, there are three kinds of effluents. First, effluent treatment. First is primary discharge, next one is secondary treatment, and third one is tertiary treatment. Where in the first, primary discharge, what this, as I told, the sludge, that is a solid content of maybe the waste, maybe the toilet waste, the sewage, all these things. What happens, it is removed in this treatment. And how is it removed? It is removed with the help of the filtration process, where the settling of sludge by maybe in the sinks, maybe in the drainage, or maybe in any kind of places. So the removal of these things are made with the help of filtration, that is done in the primary treatment. And even the sterilization is made for the betterment of the water, And even with the usage of soil conditioner and fertilizer also, what happens, this kind of sludge is removed from the water for the usage of the next process. And in the second treatment, what happens in the second treatment, the bad things, bad aeration in a sense, the bacteria will be taken out from this particular water. So what happens when the so what do we do under secondary treatment? We take out the aeration. Aeration in the sense, it is a kind of bacteria which will be available in the waste products. First in the primary treatment, as we took out the sludge with the help of filtration process, in the secondary treatment we take out the aeration with the help of storing the water into large banks where proper chemicals and 90% of reduction of pathogen occurs. So a kind of chemical which will be used in the reduction or taking out this aeration process, which will be done for the usage of the water for the further production. And the next one, in the tertiary treatment, what happens, this is kind of the liquid phase where the clear water tube will be put into that, so that a high range of ultraviolet light will be exposed into this water, so that the leftover bacteria or any kind of pathogens or any kind of bacteria or virus which will be situated or which will be present in that water to be deducted, or which will be to be taken out from that particular water. And later what happens, it even uses the chemical usage of phosphate and nitrate levels to take out all the necessary bacteria, virus from that particular water. By doing all these three process, what happens, the usage or there will be a recyclement of the water. First, what did we do? First, in under the primary treatment, we removed the sludge by the usage of filtration. And second, under the secondary treatment, what did we do? We call the bacteria as aeration, where we took over the aeration, or we outfalled the aeration or the bacteria with the helpage of the chemicals. That is 90% of the pathogen was taken out. And later what happened under tertiary treatment, it was put into a large bank of water where it is processed throughout the liquid phase, and the high range of ultraviolet light is put into that, so that the leftover bacteria or virus or any kind of pathogen is taken out with the help of what kind of chemicals, the phosphate and nitrate chemicals. So by this what happens, the wastewater can be recycled into the clear water, and later it can be used by the farmers, maybe for the irrigation process or any kind of construction process. Okay, now the next thing or the next topic is the abatement of air pollution, which is the last topic, where the abatement of air pollution means reduction in air pollution. So how can we reduce? What happens, air pollution is one of the major pollution or major pollutant in our current economy. So with the pollution of this, what happens, there is a damage in our current economy, and with the usage of vehicles, with the usage of industries, what happens, the pollution is increased so much. So what the government has put a regulation that the industry should not emit, or the industry should not put out so much percentage of gases. So because if they put so much gases out, what happens, the taxation or the payment of taxes will increase. So by this what happens, there is a control over. In spite of that, there are some of the measures or the technical devices to reduce the air pollution. As air is everywhere, the air is polluted. So because of this, there are the devices which can hold on the air and recycle the air, so that the air will be not polluted. So the first is the usage of electrostatic and baghouse filters. See, as what happens, how this particular pollution is made. First, let's know it is because of the industries. So when industries and even vehicles, what happens when so much vehicles or when so much industries leave so much gases, how will this particular matter will be taken into consideration, or how can it be recycled, how the air pollution can be made? It is with the help of this particular baghouse filter. So what happens, there are so much electrostatic filters present inside the bag, so that it consumes or it takes into the air and it filters everything, where the no pollutants will be stick to the filters, that is electrostatic filters, and later on the good air is left outside this particular baghouse filter. So by this what happens, the air can be oxygenated, or the air can be recycled. And the next one is flue gas desulfurization. This is a kind of device which helps in controlling the sulfur dioxide. Now what does sulfur dioxide do with the air? When the sulfur dioxide is mixed with the air or combined with the air, there will be a combination of acid rain, which is very much harmful for the land. So because of the usage of this device, what happens, there is a controlment of sulfur dioxide which is combining with the air. And the last one is selective catalytic reduction. So this is basically used when the nitrogen oxygen is emitted, that is when the vehicle emits a large amount of gas. So by this what happens, the selective catalytic reduction is put. This is a kind of device which can be put or used within the engine, so that only a small percentage of the amount of gas can be reduced from the vehicles. So this particular SCR is not yet introduced or not yet implemented in current situation. It can be implemented in future, just because there is no pre-testing done with the help of selective catalytic reduction. So these are the reduction of air pollution. These are the technical devices which can be used for the reduction or the abatement of air pollution. Thank you, students.